Hey everyone, it's Jasmine, and I'm back with a quick little live stream. Um, I guess I'm a little bit overwhelmed, honestly, and I've had a lot on my mind, so I wanted to just kind of make something for the internet. I guess just something random to share with you guys, but because I know I haven't been uploading too often or as much as I probably should on here, so I just wanted to go live and say hello. Um, my car broke down today, so that's something. I'm super pissed about it. Uh, but I still wanted to somewhat be positive, do something that's productive with my day, and just kind of chat about like my mindset right now, because when things like this happen, it just makes you feel really overwhelmed and like everything is against you. And honestly, that's how I feel right now in this moment. Like earlier today, to give you guys like a little bit of a backstory, I went to take my car to the local Jiffy Lube, worst mistake ever. I threw away a lot of money, and then I ended up taking it to my mechanic, and he's quoting me like $2,000 to fix the engine. Like the whole motor, according to him, is broken or busted, but the car still drives. So that's just so crazy to me. Like when I think of a broken engine, I think the car is like not moving or something like that. I digress. But I know I'm going on a rant right now, but this was like the worst moment ever because I had obligations today. I had things to do for the rest of this week. And that just came to a screeching halt with all of this. So instead of letting it get me down and just stress me out, frustrate me, I decided to just do what I know I should be doing, which is uploading for you guys, despite what's going on in my own life. But I still wanted to share that, if that makes sense, because I feel like that's honestly my reality. That's what's going on. I hate when YouTubers or people on the internet, they just kind of like put away like all the realness is going in their life, and like they just come on to YouTube or social media and act like nothing's affecting them when it actually in reality is. Because that's not fair. That's like giving you like a rosy view of their lives that's not actually reality based, right? So, yes, my hair is actually different. It's blonde. I have a blonde wig on. I felt the need to put on something a little bit different today. But no, I'm good. I just think I need to take a deep breath and just like actually just digest what happened today. Not everything is something you have to read into like a whole lot. It's not always karma. Why is this happening to me? Sometimes life happens and you have to like overcome it and just be the stronger person. And that's just one of these moments for me personally. So outside of that, narcissism. I feel like I talk about that a lot on my channel, and you may be wondering why I haven't. This tea is good. Why I haven't been posting a lot of narcissism content. That's what I base lots of my channel around, and I just wanted to touch base on why I haven't. Personally, for me, I feel like for me to be in a positive space and to just be distancing myself from negativity, I don't think it's healthy, in my personal opinion, to continuously, if I could talk about it every single day. Like it doesn't help me in my growth, in my journey, to do that. I know that a lot of people are going to be like disappointed with my channel in that regard. And I'm going to try and make these videos as cheerful as possible. But one pet peeve I have is when people tend to harp on the negative a lot and the negativity sells. I feel like being negative on the internet is a selling point, right? If you see someone depressed, if you see someone talking about terrible, hateful, depressing stuff, then that's more interesting to listen to than uplifting, happy stuff. And that's just the honest truth. I went through quite a bit, and I don't wish any bad on anyone in my life personally. Anyone in my past, I do not wish any harm, or like I don't wish their life is terrible. Absolutely not. Like I feel as though talking about negativity and what you went through is good, it's therapeutic, but at a certain point you have to move on past it. You have to be able to put your mindset as, okay, I'm not in a good place right now. I may be enabling myself. I may be my own worst enemy. What can I do to make my life better instead of complaining about it every day? And that's what I apply to my own life. Shoot, every single day, I still hold myself accountable to this. Nobody's perfect, despite what people may say or portray on YouTube or the internet. I think there's aspects of our lives that we're constantly developing every single day, that we're always working on. For me, what I had to go through with narcissists in my life, that's one facet. That's only one facet of my life that I've been able to overcome. But it's something that I'm always struggling with, right? It never goes away. And that's why I think it's important that I keep making these videos. But like I said, I don't want to always harp on the negative. Negativity will keep you in a very negative thought process. It'll keep you stuck there. It's like a very fine line, right? I always say it's almost like the Derek Jackson situation, right? It's like he was talking so much about a life that truly wasn't his own, giving advice to people about how they should present themselves, how they should live day to day, but that wasn't in line with what he was really doing. And in some weird way, it had so much to do with what he was really doing. He was a cheater. He was a liar. But he was doing the opposite, preaching about being faithful and, doing right by a woman, right? So it was a direct contradiction to what he was preaching. And I find that that's very similar with narcissism videos. You can preach about, they're so evil, they're so this, they're demonic, they're trying to hurt you with their behavior, right? But when you are basically acting the exact opposite in your own life, right? When you're not being a happy, positive person, when you're not personally someone positive and happy to be around, and you're not giving off that type of vibe that makes you want to be surrounded by positive people, then it's not something that makes sense, I guess is the best way to describe it. And I want to always be authentic. I always want to bring to you guys content that's healthy, that's going to be of a benefit to me. So if that's kind of what you guys are seeing is me pushing away from like the narcissism videos, then that's exactly it. I am to a certain degree, because I always want to present my truth, the honest truth to you guys. And I never want to be not living a life that's in line with what I really am going through, what my truth really is. I see a lot of that happen. I see it every day almost. People that live lives that do not coincide with what they preach. It's almost like for me when I was back in college or still in college, even back to high school, I would have teachers who taught me math, English, history, but they didn't live these things in their own lives. They didn't practice the mathematics that they taught us. They didn't really practice that history or understand it or really believe in it. They just kind of preach certain things that they in their own lives did not practice. Or if you go to a psychologist that teaches you different techniques or tells you how you should be living your life in different methods, so on and so forth, but they are depressed. They go home and they drink wine in a messy apartment, cry themselves to sleep every night, and then they go and tell you what you should be doing. That is kind of like being a false prophet and just not living a life that coincides with what you're speaking on. So with long story short, if I could talk, personally for me, I think that living a life that is my own is such a big deal to me. And I've seen so many YouTubers specifically that I love struggling with the same thing of almost like an identity crisis, trying to tailor content that may be like out of alignment with what is good for our hearts and our souls, just to be good enough for a YouTube audience or what people actually want to see. And hopefully you guys are on the same page as me, is you want to just see stuff that's uplifting, that's positive, and not be in the negativity of, you know, talking down to other people just because they are narcissistic, almost scapegoating narcissists as being the reason for all your problems. And I'm not saying all of my followers do that, not at all. That'd be an insult to people if I said that. What I'm saying is that it's very easy to fall into a very victim-esque mentality when you're focusing so much attention on other people and not enough on yourself and your own self-development. And I know that from personal experience. When you focus too much on other people, you're giving them the keys to your life. You're giving them control. And I told myself a long time ago I would never do that ever again. So short answer is yes, I will keep making these videos for y'all. But they just may be a little bit different, you know, something that feels good to me and feels like I'm giving you guys positive content that you guys can use in your lives. So that's the narcissism piece. And just like another piece to this whole puzzle of why I've been gone is work. I've been working so much, guys. Like, my own business is kind of like my key goal at this point. Working for myself has been interesting, but really rewarding. It almost feels weird to not work a normal desk job. And it feels almost to an extent like I'm not doing what I should be doing to please other people. And if you guys don't know who Nina Unrated is, definitely go subscribe to her channel. I love her so much. Hi. Hey, Tarani Lives Matter. Hello. I think that, I forgot what I was even going to say. I truly think that being who you want to be, living your life, growing your business is so important. And I think that a lot of us think that doing what our parents, what our family thinks is the best option for us isn't the way to live our lives. Some people it is, but for me, I know it's not. I know I'm not going to be on this earth forever. And you have to understand that you have to live your life for yourself. If you go and do what everyone else wants you to do with your life, then you're just going to end up miserable at the end of the day. And I've learned that, you know what I mean? Like, and I've struggled with that. Seeing other people upset, seeing other people sad, it bothers me. I'm not going to lie. Like with my past relationship with my ex, it hurt me to see them upset and to see them hurting, but I had to let them go. I couldn't still be with someone who didn't support my dream and my goals, right? And a lot of us think that when we think about ourselves too much, we become narcissists, but that's not the case. I think when we focus on ourselves, that's the most beautiful thing ever, because we only have one life to live, right? And so many of us spend days, weeks, months, years, decades self-sacrificing and giving all of ourselves to all of these different people in our lives that do matter, but unfortunately don't matter more than ourselves. If we can't give to ourselves, we're not giving. We're not giving. We're giving all our energy to other people. And that's not good. That's eating away at yourself, right? That's making you weaker as a person. So long and short of it basically is hi Casey McDanger. Hi. So I personally think that living your life in your truth is important. And that even goes with your work, what you do for your job. Like, I think that a lot of us want to be a very square and just do what society tells us to do, but you got to do what makes you happy. I started my art business and I uploaded like 2 quick little snippets of what I do. Because that's important to me. That's something I want to go after. And no, it's not popular. No, it's not what everyone else wants me to do or thinks is like a good career path. But if you're passionate enough about something, you'll make it happen. Like right now, I'm in school for business. I've been taking a couple of courses, and it's been like really helpful for me to understand how all of it works. And personally, for me, I had to break free from all of what society was telling me to do in order to truly pursue these things. Because you have no idea how many times I've been told that things I wanted to pursue were stupid, were dumb, weren't worth anything, weren't going to amount to anything. And I believe that because me being dumb, I didn't have the courage to be like, screw it, I'm going to go after what's right for me. So work-wise, I've been really busy on my hustle, on my grind. Things do not come. Hey, Kev Jackson. A lot of things do not come overnight. But, sometimes you just have to focus on growing as a person. And, it's not going to be a pretty picture. Some people may say I'm boring. Some people may say I'm not shit. And I've been hearing that my whole life. But sometimes you just have to let go of that and just realize that you are enough. What you are showing, your purpose in life is enough. It doesn't matter what anyone else has to say about you. And that's something that I had to literally struggle with before I could even come to you guys in a real, authentic way on YouTube. I had to struggle. And I guess this whole live is just, the purpose of it is to say that life is not perfect. Life is not going to be rainbows and butterflies every single day. And I struggle too. It's not always like the pretty picture that I paint out for the world when I upload a video. But as down as I may be today, I'm going to still power through it. I'm still going to get through it. And, this is kind of like a dark, depressing video, I know, but I kind of wanted to get this out. Like, not everything is going to be scripted or make sense in our lives. And it's sometimes going to be tough. And not everyone's going to like what I have to say. But this is me being honest, being real with y'all about a struggle that I'm going through. And hopefully it finds someone out there who feels like there's no purpose in their lives, like nothing is making sense, because that's how I feel right now. I feel defeated. I feel like, what am I even doing sometimes? And that's kind of where I've been. And just like my car broke down today, I could choose to give up and just throw in the towel, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give up on myself or cry about it. Shit, I don't even know what this live has turned into. It's more of like a ranting session, if anything. I don't want to get emotional or anything like that, but just know that you're going to be good. I'm good. I just felt like I had to get this out and be real in the moment. And at some point, I'll probably look back on this and be like, girl, what were you thinking? You've overcome that. I can't believe you were going through that low point in your life, but it's just a little dose of reality that shit happens, but you got to be tougher than your circumstances. You got to be tougher than your haters. You got to be tougher than every other thing. And you can't be your own worst enemy, because telling yourself that you're not good enough, you'll always let yourself down. And I've learned that. I've let myself down a whole lot of times. I've cried. I've asked myself, is any of this worth it? Am I actually going to succeed in my business? Is my business going to grow? Is this all worth it? And the affirmation for y'all, for me, is it is. Go after your dreams. Don't ever think they're stupid. Wear a blonde freaking wig. Go on a live stream. Say whatever the frick you want to say, because there will always be haters. There's always going to be people that don't like you for some reason. And just kick the world's ass. Don't get down. Because when you get down, it's a lot harder to get up. Trust me when I tell you. Keep your head up. Keep slaying it, girl. You got this. Girl or boy. And that's all I got. Hopefully you guys did find this insightful as to where I've been, like my mindset on some of like the daily things I deal with. And just kind of like staying positive despite all these adversities. Like that's the big thing. Like I'm choosing to not let this destroy me. And as much as I want to break down and cry sometimes, I know it's not an option. I know that my goals require me to keep showing up every day. And if I were to break down and just be like, screw it, I'm done, who's going to push hard for me? Who's going to make this stuff happen? Only me. So that's it. That's all I have to say. Be well, guys. Be safe. Take care. And just go after your dreams. There will be tough days, but just don't let those tough days destroy you. All right, guys. I'm done ranting. I'm going to actually drink my cold tea, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.